Today is my first ever build guide for Chaos Zero Nightmare, and it is going to be all about our single target void DPS Renoa. Yes, the King Von of this game, the woman who will make sure the battle always ends up as a 1v1, that Renoa. So for today, we're not only going to be talking about her cards, we're also going to be talking about her best partners. We're also going to be showcasing my save data that I currently have for Renoa. We're also going to be discussing potentials, which you should be leveling up, which one you should be focusing on, which one you should be ignoring. We're also going to be discussing memory fragments as well. I don't know why memory fragments are not pressing, but yeah, we're also going to be discussing memory fragments, and we're also going to be discussing basically dupes, if you should be pulling dupes or not, and her best team. So yeah, that is practically all we're going to be doing for today's video. I'm not going to be stalling any further. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get straight on with this build guide. So the first things first is her cards. And I'm going to be straight up. First thing we're going to be doing is discussing which cards you should be getting rid of. And as you can currently see, this card right here, Annihilation Shot and Black Veil, those gotta go. These three right here, these three gotta go. The two dupes and the Silver Veil, or what Veil is called, it's gotta go. And the reason being, they're trash, okay? They're bottom of the barrel trash, like 106 damage, 106 shield. Renoa does not need that at all, okay? She's all about dirge bullets. She's all about summoning her dirge bullets and dealing those to using those dirge bullets. These are a no-go. However, the only standard card you should keep and should build up is the Echo of Sorrow card. Now, originally, it deals 140 damage and it creates 1 dirge bullet. Now, you may be being like, okay, yeah, I can see why you want to keep this. It summons a dirge bullet. However, if we go to the epiphanies, there's 2 epiphany effects you should be looking out for. The first one is Echo of Sorrow. It creates 3, well, it's the same name. I don't know why I said the same name, but the epiphany effect, instead of the original, which deals damage and summons 1 dirge bullet, this is going to deal 3 dirge bullets. So as you can see, the card also transforms from an attack card like this into a skill card, so it doesn't deal damage, but it will summon 3 dirge bullets, and that's pretty good. Because when you can literally just get 3 dirge bullets off bat, and oh my god, just imagine being able to get a dupe of this card specifically. You're essentially making 6 dirge bullets. But that's if you get the dupe. Even without the dupe and just having this is still relatively good, because Renoa keeps the dirge bullets. So this accumulates over time, and eventually it's going to be a lot of dirge bullets in her hand. Well, in her deck. And the second epiphany effect you want to be looking out for is this one. It is an Outbreak card. It has Outbreak of War, creates 1 dirge bullet card, and at the start of every turn, it creates 1 dirge bullet. Now, before we get into why this card is pretty good as well, this effect right here, Outbreak of War, this basically guarantees that you will have this card in your hand at the start of every single battle, okay? This is a guaranteed card in your hand. So you're basically off rip, but as soon as the match starts, you have a dirge bullet. And I can see why people would consider this to be the best epiphany effect for this card. However, I personally just really like this one because it gives you 3 dirge bullets. While yes, you have to RNG your way to get it, there are characters that can basically help with that, like kind of like offset that RNG and make sure you have that card in your hand. But I can understand why this is also relatively good. Guaranteeing a dirge bullet in your hand every turn is no laughing matter. Renoa needs those dirge bullets, and having a way to guarantee these dirge bullets in your hand, amazing. However, the side effect is that it's only every turn, meaning you have to end these turns in order to get these dirge bullets. That is kind of, I don't really like that, because I can get the same amount of dirge bullets just from using 1 of these cards. But yeah, if you manage to get one of these, I will always tell you to go for the create 3 dirge bullets. But if you personally like this one more, I would tell you go for it as well, because these 2 are really damn good. The next card you want to make sure you have in your save data is this card right here called Flower of Devoured Fate. Now what this is going to do is discard 2 cards in your hand, and you can create that many Dirge Bullets. This is essentially the building blocks of her kit, okay? This is like one of the major pillars for this kit. However, if we go to the Epiphanies real quick, as you can clearly see, there's a bit here, but the only one you should be going for is the first one here. Discard up to 3 cards and you can create that many Dirge Bullets. Now you may be wondering, why only that and not the rest here? Well, that's because the rest of them are trash. For example, this one, it goes from a 0 cost card to a 1 cost. Okay, that's already pretty and it will exhaust, so it's gone for the entire match. It discards all your combat cards in your hands only to create 2 Dirge Bullets. Why? Just why? Literally the original card itself is way better than that Epiphany. Then we have this one right here, which discards up to 2 cards from your hand for each discarded card with 1 cost plus 40 damage to the next card. No, this is literally just a damage boost, and you're losing 2 cards just for like a damage boost to 1 card. No, it's bad. It's really bad. Then you have this one, which draws 2. If Dirge Bullet is in your hand, draw 1 additional card. Don't get fooled by the draw. This is pretty bad as well, especially for Renoa, who specifically wants Dirge Bullets. Removing the effect of the card that does that, this is terrible. This is literally just terrible. And this one, all Dirge Bullets in hand gain retrieve. Now, I can see how this one could be good. I can see the potential with this, but I still think that this one is just significantly better. Hell, if anything, if we even don't get an Epiphany for this, the base card itself is still relatively good. That's why I'm currently using in my deck, because it's just that good. So yeah, I just really wouldn't recommend getting any other Epiphany other than this one. Next up, we're gonna just be doing some like kind of quick fires right here. We have Instant Judgment, we have Ballad of Pitch Black, and we have Last Ditch Assault. Now, this one, it's going to be your damage card. Well, all 3 of these are damage cards, so these are going to be where you're going to be doing a lot of your damage from. As you can see with this card right here, Instant Judgment, 180% damage if Dirge Bullet is in hand. Discard 1 plus 100, meaning 280% damage. If we go to the Epiphanies real quick, majority of them are really just damage-wise, like it just ups damage or like adds specific stuff. For example, this Epiphany. If hand contains Dirge Bullet, discards 1 card, 150. So basically it just ups the multipliers of the numbers. You have this one. If draw pile contains Dirge Bullet, 120%. 200% if graveyard contains Dirge Bullet, exhaust 1 card plus 1 hit. And you have this one, 180 damage upon moving to discard pile, 250 extra attack to 1 enemy. And then you have, at the end of the turn, 200% attack to the enemy with the lowest HP. Now, which one should you be going for? This one. Why? Because this means she will target the enemy with the lowest amount of HP. Because one of the downsides with Renoa is her RNG damage. However, this basically offsets that RNG, meaning she will guarantee to kill the weakest enemy on the field. Because we all know how much it sucks when you have that enemy with like 1 HP remaining, you know, 1 foot in the grave, and Renoa just focuses on the enemy with the shield. We all know how much that sucks. So this basically makes sure, yo, we don't do that. Now, again, this does come at the cost of dealing damage, but that's why you have the other cards there to help deal that damage, and that's why you have your Dirge Bullets. So yeah, whenever you get an Epiphany on Instant Judgment, I would highly recommend getting this one. Next up is Ballad of Pitch Black. It does 50 damage times 3, meaning it does over 150 damage, plus 20 for each Dirge Bullet in your hand. Honestly, majority of these are stat multipliers. Of course, you have the one here that moves 3 Dirge Bullets from the grave pile, well, the draw pile and graveyard to your hand. And you also have this one, which marks the target for each Dirge Bullet in your hands. Now, these 2 right here, this one and this one, these 2 are exceptional. These 2 are the ones you should be focusing on, okay? You can see the potential with the move 3 Dirge Bullets from your graveyard and in the pile to your hand. So basically that if you have 3 in your graveyard and you have 3 in your pile, this basically gives you like 6 Dirge Bullets. Like, that's pretty good. And you also have this one, which will deal damage and also mark. So basically what mark does is basically follow-up attack damage. So she will apply the mark to the enemy. You can hit the enemy with the mark, or another team can hit an enemy with the mark, and she's going to do follow-up damage. That's pretty much it. It just basically means more damage. And this is the one I specifically would recommend, because if you already have the last card, you already sacrificed 2 damage cards for Dirge Bullets. So I don't think it would make sense to sacrifice another card solely for Dirge Bullets. So I would definitely say go for this one. And last but not least is going to be Last Ditch Assault. Now this has no epiphany. As you can see, it's missing the epiphany tab right there, meaning that this card is just super strong. It's just really good. As you can see, you can retain the card, meaning that when you end the turn, it'll stay in your hand and not get shuffled into the graveyard. It will deal 150 damage, and you discard all Dirge Bullets, and it's like plus 50. So this does basically unga bunga damage. You want to make sure you have a decent amount of Dirge Bullets in your hand before using this. But even still, just even having one Dirge Bullet in your hand is pretty good as well. So yeah, that's going to be it for her cards. Do what you will with that information, but we still have to get straight into this ego skill right here. Now, what this ego skill is going to do is basically move all Dirge Bullets from draw pile and graveyard to hand. Meaning, you want to use this when you have the most Dirge Bullets possible. You want to create as much Dirge Bullets as you can before doing this, because it will deal 300 damage and move all of your Dirge Bullets to your hand. Meaning, big unga bunga damage, okay? Next up is going to be partners. Now, I will put up on screen her best partner, but if we're going free to play wise, it's going to be a CAD, it's going to be Yuri, and it's going to be Carity. Now, these 3, I will explain really quickly why they're all pretty good. But for example, a CAD is her second best partner, and the reason for that is the passive for the partner. The damage of the combatant's bullet card increases by 10%. When the combatant lands their first critical hit, bullet card damage increases by 12%. Basically, it's going to up your bullet card's damage, meaning your Dirge Bullets are going to be hitting like an absolute truck. And as for its ultimate, it basically is going to give you a 25% crit rate to your combat's attack cards. That's pretty much it. So every single one of Renoa's attack cards is going to have a 25% crit rate chance to deal crit damage. Third best is going to be Carity. And basically what Carity is going to do is basically increase your specific character's attack card. So as you can see here, at the start of the turn, the damage for one attack card is going to be increased by 10%. And when you generate a card for the first time, their attack card damage is increased by 10%. Meaning that when Renoa summons her Dirge Bullet, she's going to get a 10% attack increase. And at the start of the turn, she's going to get a 10% attack increase. So if RNG suits you well, one attack card could potentially get like a 20% damage increase. But 2 cards are going to be having that 10% damage increase. Then we have Yuri. Now, this is going to be your struggle option, okay? And the reason for that is because it literally just increases your attack by 16%. And upon the first shuffle, it's going to just basically increase your character's damage by another 16%. That does sound pretty good, but as you can see, upon the first shuffle, meaning after the first shuffle, you don't get attack boosts. And well, her ultimate is going to draw 2 cards. That's basically like bare bones, if anything, for Renoa, but you can see why a CAD and Carity are just like the better options for Renoa. And well, there's her first best. I'm gonna put it up on screen right now for you. I don't have the card, nor I can't remember where to find that partner specifically. So yeah, there you have it. Now, as for potentials, basically what you're going to be looking for is unlocking this one first, obviously. Then you're gonna go straight for this one right here. 40% damage of the Dirge Bullet card and 20 plus extra attack damage. You can see why that's pretty, you can literally see why that's like really good, okay? I wouldn't necessarily worry about these 2 right now, since still relatively new to the game. But after this, and when you unlock these, you want to go for this one, right? And basically it's gonna further increase your Dirge Bullet's damage, and when Renoa's critical rate is increased, well, is greater than 60, it's going to add an additional 10% damage for your Dirge Bullet, meaning you're going to get like a 15% damage bonus for your Dirge Bullet. And then you're going to go for this one if you want to. It's for her Extermination Shot. I don't really think I can show it right now, but I will show the card on screen, so you'll be like, oh yeah, it's that card. As for the mini ones, you basically want to go for the unique ones. You basically want to go for the unique cards. That's pretty much it, because most of your damage is going to come from those unique cards. Because remember, you're going to remove a majority of her standard cards because they're trash. So ignore the basic ones, ignore the basic cards, and just go for the unique cards and these nodes right here. Now, I quickly want to discuss Renoa's teams. Now, I'm going to be talking about her best team options for like characters if you don't have specific characters, so on and so forth. Now, as you can see, this is going to be Renoa's best team at the moment. So you have Ray right here, and you also have Cassius. Now, why is Ray and Cassius so good? We're just going to quickly discuss why these characters are so good, okay? So first things first is Ray. Now, Ray is basically going to be your damage buffer, okay? As you can see, this is one Epiphany card you can get. Basically, it's going to increase, basically going to give all your Void cards 40% damage permanently for the entire match, okay? That's insane. So every single one of Renoa's cards is going to be dealing even more damage. There's also, of course, cards like these, which basically increases one attack card of your choice by 100% for one turn. There's also this card right here, which is going to deal a lot of damage and give your card 4 morale. There's just so many good things about Ray. It's actually insane because she is the best supporter, 4-star supporter for Renoa, and honestly might be the best currently in the game as a 4-star. That's how crazy she is. And let's not sleep on our GOAT Cassius, okay? Let's not sleep on the king himself. Cassius is literally the best 4-star in the game, period. And it's not because of his crazy damage, it's because of what he does. He is so universal, it's actually insane. Take, for example, this Epiphany card right here. Literally, 160 damage to all enemies, draw per target hit. Meaning, if there are 6 enemies on the field, he's going to draw 6 cards. That is disgusting. Then we have Dice Trick right here. Basically damage. Then we have Joker, which literally allows you to select 1 card from the draw pile. You can select 1 card of your choice from the draw pile. That is insane. He does so much more, like this one, where like this Epiphany right here. We can literally discard your card, like hand, right? He's going to send it into the graveyard, send it back into your hand, and he's going to draw 5 cards from that. Like, hello? Like, if you get a bad hand, you can just shuffle it back and potentially get a better hand. He is insane. And that's not even going with his unique skill where he can get a random buff. There's so much about Cassius that just makes him so good. But you can see why he's best for Renoa. He can literally choose the specific cards that allows you to summon as much Dirge Bullets as you can. And you can go absolutely insane. Now, since you get Ray for free, you don't have to worry about pulling her. But let's say you don't have Cassius, because you actually have to pull for Cassius. Who else can you use in replace of Cassius? Now, I have seen a lot of people using Nia on Renoa teams. And that's basically because she is essentially like a budget version of Cassius. Essentially, as you can see here for this card right here, reveal 3 random cards from draw pile, choose 1 to draw, discard the rest. Now, depending on what you can get, that could be pretty good, that could be pretty bad. As you can see with this skill right here, draw 1, discard 1. She is essentially a lower budget Cassius that can heal. But don't get me wrong, Nia is like really good. Like Nia is like really good as a 4-star. But she is essentially if you don't have Cassius, here you go. But yeah, that is going to be all the team options currently for Renoa. It's not that much because we literally don't really have specific characters meant for her, but that's okay because you get a lot of pulls in this game and you can basically keep pulling until you get Cassius on your account because Cassius is literally just a goat. He's literally just the best. So I don't really want to take up much time on the artifacts per se, because the memory fragments, I don't really have that much, nor did I really farm for them. But you could use this one right here. Once you build your characters further, I would recommend going for this one right here. Basically, you're going to get a 35% crit damage for 1-cost cards. So if you hit your crit on those 1-cost cards, oh my god, it's gonna hit like a Mack truck. But currently I just have this on my Renoa, which is basically a 12% attack boost. And also this one right here, as you can see, I'm using this set as well, which basically will give a 12% max HP boost to my Renoa. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have that much to say on memory fragments right now. Maybe later down the line I'll discuss them deeper, but right at the moment, don't really have to worry too much about these. Last but not least is going to be Manifest Egos. I forgot its name just now. But basically, should you pull dupes for Renoa? And to be honest, I'm gonna say no. It's not that crazy. We can just look through them real quick. The first memory is going to basically increase Dirge bullets. It's gonna increase the effect of Dirge bullet cards discarded by last ditch assault. Not that crazy. Then we have the second one. For every 4 Dirge bullet cards created, creates 1 Dirge bullet finale. Now, what is 1 Dirge bullet finale? Basically a stronger version of a Dirge bullet, and that's pretty much it. Nothing that crazy. Then we have 200 damage of the Black Thorn card. Now, I do not have, well, basically her ult. So basically it's gonna, instead of 300, it's gonna do 500 damage. Pretty strong ult damage, but it's nothing you don't really need. We have the fourth memory. Whenever Dirge bullet is discarded, gain Rose's Resolve. Rose's Resolve, Renoa's damage. So basically it's gonna give Renoa a damage increase overall, like across the field, just a 10% damage increase. And you can stack it up to 40 times, meaning a 40% damage increase. Yeah, I could see why that would be pretty good, because you're going to constantly discard Dirge bullets from her hand, so you're going to constantly have that buff active. I can see the potential with that effect. That's pretty strong. We have the fifth one, increases the level of basically nothing. And lastly, the sixth one. Whenever a Dirge bullet card is drawn, deal 50 additional damage to a random enemy. Yeah, that is pretty strong. God damn, a 50% damage to a random enemy each time you pull a Dirge bullet. Wow, that's a lot of damage you're going to be dealing with Renoa. However, it's nothing you don't need, because you can essentially do the same thing with those Dirge bullets. And if you have like the mark effect on the enemy, it is essentially the same thing. So yeah, will I tell you go pull for Renoa dupes? Hell no. Renoa is one of the best DPSs at M0 for a reason, okay? You don't need these dupes. Now, it would be good if you get them, but you shouldn't outright be looking for them. So yeah, that is going to be it for everything I'm discussing about Renoa. To be honest, this is my first time making a build guide without a script, so forgive me if I started rambling a bit too much, but I hope I got everything across properly. So the last thing I want to do is just go record my segment about Renoa, basically record what my save data does, how to perform these types of combos in battle, so on and so forth, you know? So yeah, let's just get straight into that, because this video is already long as hell. Okay, so I literally just ended the recording for my build guide on Renoa, and yeah, we're just basically gonna go into this little, you know, combat promotion material stage and basically showcase what my Renoa does, because I'm not going into a whole chaos just to showcase that, because I wouldn't be able to showcase my save data. But first things first, let's equip it real quick. This is the default one, of course, so I'm gonna choose the one that I farmed a while ago, which basically has a lot of decent stuff. As you can see, let's just show it off real quick. This is just RNG, so I unluckily got this back in my hands. But as you can see, we have this one right here, create 3 Dirge bullet cards. We have the standard instant judgment. I didn't get an epiphany on that one, sadly. We have Ballad of Pitch Black. I chose the one that applies Mark. You'll see if I can showcase it in game and basically showcase how much damage it does. And of course, I chose Flower of Devour Fate. I did choose a dupe of it because, well, you can't go wrong with having being able to summon like 4 Dirge Bullets on the field, you feel me? I didn't get an epiphany for this, but it doesn't really matter since the default one is actually still really good. And of course, Last Ditch Assault. And I managed to pick up this one neutral card, which basically allows, it just deals more damage. And if I manage to choose it from my draw pile, I'll be able to draw 1 card. And it also goes down to a 0 cost card. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can do. I also have, you know, armor on it or equipment or whichever you want to call it. But yeah, let's stop rambling and let's just literally just get straight into it, okay? All right, here we are. Let's see our hand real quick, and already we're off to a good start. Now, I do have this for Cassius, but I'll leave the discussion for Cassius's cards for his build guide up next. So let's just do our usual stuff. Yeah, bro, Cassius is actually sick. But here we are. We're gonna summon 3 Dirge Bullets. Boom! Look at that. Just 3 in your hands right away. Absolutely disgusting. Let's just deal some damage real quick. Yup. And peep game. Peep game. I hope I can showcase the amount of Dirge Bullets you can summon. Not only summon, but dish out, because it's ludicrous. It's actually really ludicrous at times. Let's just do this. Let's get our 40% damage to our void cards. We get the full house buff. We can draw another card. Beautiful. Oh my. So let's get rid of this and this. Easy. And there we go. We summoned 2 Dirge Bullets. And here we go. Let's just deal with that. We should focus on, yeah, let's just kill him real quick. Just kill him. Boom. Easy. Then look at that. Just look at that. Look at that. Easy. Too easy. Too easy. So we have how many Dirge Bullets now? Okay, so we have about 5 Dirge Bullets. We should, let's get more. Let's be greedy and get more, okay? Let's do this. Let's get morale, because we're going to be dealing some sort of damage if we could. Let's buff that Cassius card. Yeah, let's buff that Cassius card. Alright. Let's just skip. Oh, wait, hold on. We can draw a card. Something good. Okay. Whatever. At least it's able to kill. That's good. At least it's able to kill. Oh, we got the other one. Nice. We got the other one. We got the other one. Nice, nice, nice. Boom. Ooh, wait, it went back into my... Oh, right. It shuffled again. Keep game real quick. Okay, we're going to do it right now. We're going to do it right now. We're going to do it right now. I want to show y'all how actually insane it is. So, I'm going to choose Cassius's shuffle card, right? Now, what it's going to do is it's going to take every single card in my hand, shove it into the discard pile, pull it back out from the discard pile, and watch what happens. Remember, I have like 5 Dirge Bullets, right? And as you can see, I have 2 Dirge Bullets in my hand. So, naturally, I should just be able to use... Well, she's gonna just use 2 Dirge Bullet attacks. But, watch this. Okay, just watch this. It's gonna send it into the graveyard, send it back into my hand, and watch. Look! Look at that! Look at that! That is a tech right there. That is a crazy tech. Do y'all know how crazy of a tech that is? You want to make sure and get absolutely as much Dirge Bullets as you can. Let it shuffle back into your deck, right? And then use the shuffle card, and it goes insane. That was disgusting. Like, this is literally one of my longest build guides ever, and I'm having so much fun with it. Like, I'm having the most amount of fun. It's crazy. Man, I really do love this game, though. This game is so good. I don't know how they managed to cook with a game like this, but I ain't complaining. Peep game real quick. Just watch this. Just watch this. I told y'all, she does not care how many enemies are on the field. As long as she can get you to 1v1, you're cooked. That you're just beyond cooked at that point. Alright, we're gonna buff this. I think Cassius's card is gonna kill. Yeah. It's literally just gonna kill. And yeah, that's literally my Renoa team. Now, I don't think that was able to express like the full damage capabilities, because I could push Renoa's damage to like 3k if I really tried. But yeah, you can see the potential, right? You can literally see the potential with this team. It is beyond disgusting. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I did. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next CZN video. Signing off.